Hello and welcome back to Maxwell's Music House. I'm Sean Cassidy and we have another great lineup for you here tonight. We have Amos the Transparent and the Darcys. Unfortunately, the Teenage Kicks couldn't make it tonight. They're sick. But on the good note, we still do have Amos the Transparent and the Darcys. And first up, bio for the Darcys and then the interview. This progressive rock band has been around wowing crowds at every stop. The Darcys have released their very first self-titled album, which turned out to be a lengthy process for the band. The album has been mastered by 3 different producers, and the band has finally become satisfied with the results after changing their minds several times on what they wanted the final product to be. And joining us now is Jason Kaus from the Darcys. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. So how was the drive down here?
Oh, it was fine. We did it last night. We came in from London after playing there with Amos Transparent.
Oh, right on. So you've been here already. So you guys have a self-titled album out already?
Yeah.
Anything since then, or?
This was only a couple weeks ago. So
it was only a couple weeks ago.
About 3 weeks ago now. So
brand new.
Yeah, we put it out for free, which is really exciting because it's a great opportunity to share it with lots of people, and it can be downloaded at thedarcys.ca. And we've also pressed it onto really beautiful LPs we have for sale.
Right on. So are you guys just starting your tour for that?
Yeah, we're just doing a couple shows in Ontario for now, and then we have really exciting it's more of an art project, art recording project that's coming out. It'll be announced pretty soon, but it's coming out in the new year. So that'll be kind of the kickoff for a lot more touring and stuff like that.
Oh, right on. So you guys just a couple weeks ago put this album, released it anyways, right? So what were you guys doing prior to that?
Kind of took an extremely long time to get this album done. We recorded it a couple summers ago and then re-recorded bits of it, and it was actually mixed 3 times by 3 people over about 2.5 years. And so it took us all that time to get it to a place where we were finally happy to share it, finally happy to put it out there. And so in that interim, there's a long period of writing and a long period of recording and being really engaged in the project, but there's also a lot of waiting, especially when someone else is mixing it. It was finally mixed by a guy named Dave Schiffman, and he did that in LA. And so it's not like we could be sitting in on his sessions. He was working and sending us, and we were sending feedback, but kind of to fill the time and to satisfy our creative energies, we set to this other project. So we've been doing tons of home recording and stuff like that. So we've worked in studios, but now we're getting really interested in recording at home and seeing what we can do on our own.
So with the people that were mixing it before, it was just didn't cut it out.
It was just
kind of the problem.
As time went on, I think our vision of what we wanted changed and became much more specific. And I think we just had difficulty of getting it, not necessarily to a good place, but to the place that we wanted it to be. And I think finally we ended up with something that we're really proud of. So it was all for something.
Yeah. So what do you see in the future for the Darcys then?
I mean, in the short term, there's a music video coming out next month, and then we're going to be dropping another 2 albums within the next year.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, we're super busy. We're hard at work writing right now for a 3rd full length, which we'll be in the studio for in a couple months from now, and hopefully have that out within about a year from now. So just tons of touring and writing like crazy and getting back in the studio.
Excellent. So where can we see that video when it comes out?
I'm not exactly sure yet, but there's always news and everything will be coming out through the arts and crafts. There's a mail out always.
Okay.
And the Darcys.ca, pretty much the deal is if you download you exchange your email for a link to the download. So we'll keep you up to date on everything as it comes out from then on.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Yep. Cheers. Again, that was Jason Kaus of the Darcys. Up next, we have Amos the Transparent. Here's the bio. Amos the Transparent has a list of achievements a mile long, from scoring a spot in major music festivals across the country and Australia to being played on radio stations across North America. 2009 and 2010 was a huge success for Amos, but they don't plan on stopping there. With their upcoming release of their newest EP, they're on the road again. Here's James and Dan from Amos the Transparent. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great, how you doing?
Pretty good. So you guys are from Ottawa?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you guys do that drive down here today?
No, we played in London last night, so that was a long drive. I'll tell you that, because I did that drive.
Ottawa to London.
Yeah, ate a lot of sunflower seeds in 7 hours, got stuck in traffic, but we did it. So today's drive was really easy. It was quick, just from London to here.
That's not bad, yeah. So you guys had a big year, 2009, 2010. Got to do a lot of big things, I see.
Yeah.
And how's 2011 been for you?
It's been like sort of equally as busy, but more like kind of locked away doing our own thing. We've been like trying to put out a record for the last little while, and we're just putting the final touches on it right now. So we're sort of getting back into the swing of doing shows again. So
yeah, 2011 was a lot of just trying to get this album finally finished, because we've been planning on doing it for the longest time and building a studio and working on these demos, trying all these different things. So 2011 was the time that we were like, okay, we'll still do a few shows here and there, but let's lock down and actually get this record done. So it was good.
Right on. So when's that album to be released?
We're releasing it in a few different parts. So basically the record, we sort of did a softer side and a heavier side, because it's sort of over the last little while, the live show has developed into making us a bit more of a louder band, I guess, and we just like playing louder music sometimes. So we sort of want to release the first half as the quieter side, and then the second half as the heavier side, or the darker side, and then the full record will be released in February. So the first one is actually released at the end of this month on November 29th, and that's going to be a digital download. And then the next one, the next half of it, in end of December, and then the full record. We're looking at, I think, Valentine's Day.
yeah.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The light side and the dark side.
Yeah.
So you guys did a lot of touring with the first, or with the previous album?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that, you get to, like you were on The Verve, you guys almost won an award, finalists, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were put on radio stations across North America, more than even just Canada. What would be the highlight of all that for you guys?
Australia.
Yeah, we did Australia last summer.
Yeah.
And that was a highlight for everyone.
I know there's probably a few things like we the kind of the neat thing about it is with that record, like it was only an EP, so it was only 5 songs, and the amount of like exposure for those 5 songs gave us was fantastic. And we got to spend the summer like opening for we did for Weezer, and we did a few other shows opening for some other big artists, and it was cool. It was neat. So like to think that those 5 songs did so much for us, and brought us overseas and down to the States and stuff. It was cool. So I'm excited to see what this next record's gonna do.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, I forgot what my question is now. Yeah,
That's okay.
You guys, Australia, big bands, sounds like a blast. There had to be some difficulties in there. Any struggles?
I think the biggest struggle with us is just like our commitments in our lives at the same time. This.
Yeah.
Most of us, we still work and stuff like that, and and like most of us have like some of us have kids and married, so it's tough to balance like the music life and the home life all in one.
Yeah. Since the release of our last EP, 3 of the members have had babies, so you can just sort of see there's a sort of a shift in everyone's lives. So trying to find that balance is probably the hardest struggle at this point.
So do you think that's going to affect the future for the touring of the band to promote your albums and stuff like that?
I think so, but you find a way to make it all happen.
Yeah, like it's kind of like you can do. There's a couple routes you can go. Like you can do kind of the smart route, and like take shows that are really meaningful and going to be a lot of fun, and like really sort of expose your band, instead of just doing the road warrior way where you're going to go out and you just take a pile of shows and just like some of them might not draw, some or whatever, but
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, you know, we're kind of not going to go that route. Like, we've done it before. You know, me and him have been doing it since we were probably about 20. So it's nice to sort of like, you know, like we can kind of pick and choose our shows now. And, you know, like we get to come out with the Darcys and like, you know, these are great shows. You know, and they're great guys too. So it's kind of neat that way.
Yeah, we don't do as much as, I guess, a band who's touring full time, you know, 365 days a year. But in the plus side of that is that we still get to go out with bands that we really, really want to go out with and do shows that we really want to do, as opposed to just taking anything that came our way. So it's nice in that.
Yeah, so you guys have done a little bit of the hard work already, where you've done a lot of the tourings, just piling up the shows and getting that exposure, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it must be pretty nice to be able to pick and choose the shows now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much, guys.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Next Thursday we have Tim Chase on in the Morning Fold. Following Thursday we have Clearpoint CD release party and special guest. I'm Sean Cassidy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.